What's up, y'all? January 5th, 2025. I'm at work. There's the warehouse behind me. Today's topic, I have a lot of personal experience with. It's alcohol. Alcohol is a huge part of the culture here in Nashville, Tennessee, where I live. I've worked at a couple bars. My girlfriend's worked at a couple bars. I think everybody here has worked at a bar at one point, and everybody here goes to bars on the regular. And alcohol is just like a huge part of American society as a whole, but especially in Nashville. It's like Bourbon Street 2.0, I guess. People from Louisiana, don't get mad at me for saying that, but yeah, it's like a really big part of society here. And I personally started drinking. I was about 14 is the first time I got drunk, and I had not gone more than like 2 or 3 weeks since I was 14 years old. Up until the point I was 28, I had not gone more than a couple weeks without having a drink, or not having a drink, without getting drunk. So I have been getting drunk for a very, very long time. And I talk about problems with addiction and substance and stuff in my other videos, but I want to clarify something. I've never been diagnosed or been to like a rehab facility or anything like that. This is more me kind of just knowing myself. I had an issue not just with alcohol, but with all recreational drugs, because alcohol is a drug. If you really want to get down to it, alcohol is a drug. I had a problem with just consuming recreational drugs on a regular basis instead of taking care of myself for a very, very long time. Like seriously, up until the past like 2 years. And I was never drinking before work or, drinking myself. I wouldn't drink like more than 3 days in a row. I wasn't waking up and drinking all day. It's not like I was sneaking alcohol or anything like that, or like stealing alcohol, or like, getting the shakes. But that doesn't matter, because it was negatively affecting my life in a major way. And I didn't even realize it. I thought, I'm not an alcoholic. I don't drink every day. So like, there's not a problem. And my mom would tell me all the time, you need to stop drinking. Don't get drunk. You need to focus on you. Focus on something else. I'm like, I am focusing on me. What? Like, I want to feel good after working hard 40 hours a week. So I'm going to drink. Like, I'm not an alcoholic. What's the big deal? Here's the big deal. I was drinking for more than 10 years on a regular basis. And now on the other side of me and my girlfriend do this thing where we stopped for like 6 months, stop drinking, and then we'll go back to drinking like every once in a while, and then we'll stop for another 6 months. And now on the other side of that first little break that I had, it changed my entire life. It changed everything, stopping alcohol. In a society where alcohol is not only allowed to thrive, alcohol sales allowed to thrive and be sold everywhere, it's also kind of pushed. Alcohol is kind of pushed on people. It's in commercials. The biggest, most bustling part of Nashville, Tennessee is all bars. It's Broadway Street. It's all bars. It's all bars. It's always crowded 7 days a week. There's people drunk down there. And society has normalized a drug, a poison. And let me clarify that I think that alcohol can be enjoyed in moderation. But if you are like me, you are someone who wants more out of life than the job you're working at, and you want something different that you've never done before, you have to act like you've never acted before. And that meant for me stopping alcohol completely. Even if it's just for like not even a full year, just the amount of clarity that I gained from quitting alcohol just for 6 months changed my mind, the way that I think completely. It made it. So here's what happens. Here's what happened with me. I would work 40 hours, right? I'd get off work. Damn, that was really hard. I'm going to go get drunk with my friends Friday night. You wake up like noon or 1 on Saturday because you're hungover, and you spent, in Nashville, you spend like $150, $200 on yourself for drinks alone. And then Saturday, another day off. You're hungover though, so you kind of just don't do what you're supposed to. Or if you do it, you're doing it trying not to throw up, and you're not really focused. Like, alcohol takes away your energy. It does. And it might not while you're drinking, but after you're drinking, it negatively affects you. It does. Everyone. People will say, oh, I don't get hungover. You might not feel hungover, but it is negatively affecting your body. And it's shaving time off of your life and your organs. It's poison. There's no nutritional value in it. So yeah, I would drink every weekend, and then Friday night, get fucked up. Wake up Saturday at like noon or 1, don't do anything because I'm, hungover. Saturday night again, oh, I gotta go work for 5 more days next week. Might as well, fuck it, I'm gonna go hang out again. Sunday, sleep even longer because work's tomorrow. I'm pissed, like whatever, I'm just gonna chill, smoke some weed. And then next week comes, 40 hours. Damn, that was hard. I'm gonna go get drunk to celebrate because I completed 40 hours. Saturday, I'm hungover, don't have enough energy to do what I'm supposed to. You get my drift. It fucking continues and continues and continues. And I also would like to do this thing where I would get drunk and then I would start doing other things that are not alcohol. And like I said, never addicted, never like got the shakes or anything, never was drinking before work, but that doesn't matter. You don't have to be for alcohol to get a hold of you and negatively affect your life. You don't have to be drinking every day. Just drinking once a week is bad for the a certain type of person like me. Alcohol once a week, even once a month, probably not good for someone like me in my stage of life right now. So if you're watching this and you are drinking even just once a month or once a week and you are unhappy with your life, I would suggest that you stop altogether. Because what this does, instead of, now when I get off, my schedule's a little different now, but let's just say I get off on Friday, I just worked 40 hours. So now, mainly, the majority of the people I know on Friday nights are out drinking or at a bar. And that's cool as fuck. If they're like taking care of themselves and going out, they're taken care of, then by all means do that. And everyone else has their own shit going on. I'm not looking down on people that drink. If I had all my shit figured out, I would drink, like straight up, I would. But I don't, so I'm not. But now, when I get off work, Friday rolls around, I'm sitting at home, and I'm starting to think like, okay, you're sitting with yourself in an unaltered state. And it really, really makes it to where you have alone time with yourself and you learn things about yourself. Like, what am I doing here? What do I want to do? Where do I want to go? And old me would have been 6 beers deep. Like, hell yeah, hey man, play that fucking Post Malone song. Like, just, having fun. Like, not hurting anybody, not doing like a objectively bad thing, but not progressing, not moving forward. And like I said, if I didn't feel like I needed any more growth at the moment, and I was like cool in it, and my family was taken care of, and I was taken care of, everything was cool, I would definitely have a drink, probably every week, like once a week. But if you're like me and you want something different with your life, then and you're unhappy with your life. I'm not saying I'm unhappy now, but definitely 3-4 years ago, I was very, very unhappy. I was, self-harming, recording suicide notes and shit. And I was all that, every time something bad like that happened, I was drunk when it happened. And my dumbass was like, I don't know what's wrong. What do I do? Oh my God, what do I do? Like, I'm so sad. And then I would go out and drink every week. So here's my advice. If you're sad with your life, you're unhappy with your life, you want something different, but you're taking depressants every week, then you don't really want better for your life. Because alcohol is a depressant. You're taking depressants when you drink. So if you can sit there and say you are unhappy with your life, but at the same time consciously are taking depressants in the form of alcohol, then you don't want something different for your life. So that's why, for me, it's almost like quitting alcohol was like the first step to like realizing like, holy shit, okay, yeah, I do want something different. Because now that I'm not drunk, I'm up like 9 p.m. on a Friday night alone at my house. Like, dude, what the fuck am I doing here? I don't like, I couldn't even like enjoy just like the things I used to enjoy. I'm like, can't play video games just by myself. I can't, watch TV or anything. I'm like, okay, I want to do something different. I want something different. But I never would have got to that place mentally if I was drunk. You just don't. Because I read somewhere, I don't know how true this is, but that alcohol activates the same place in your brain that gets activated when you complete a task. That's bad. That's really bad. So like whenever you're drinking on the weekend, you're filling your brain up with the fake thought that I did a bunch this weekend. I'm good. I'm cooling it. Go back to work. Keep doing that. And then you wake up and you're 30 years old and you're about to be jobless. And you see where I'm going with this? Like, if you're sad and you're watching this, you're sad about your life. I'm telling you, bro, just quit drinking. Even if you don't think it's a problem, it's insane on the other side of it how clear-headed I am now thinking about my life. Just the fact, and it's hard as fuck. It is so, sorry, I had to check if it was still recording. It's so hard to quit when you drank as long as I did and you live in the place that I live, and my dad, drinks, and his dad was an alcoholic. And I'm not saying my dad's an alcoholic. My dad's a badass. He's got everything, he's cool in it. He deserves to drink. He was in the army. He's a fucking badass. He deserves it. He's in a different season of his life. So absolutely not saying alcohol is objectively bad. I'm saying your relationship with alcohol could be toxic. You just don't know it. But if you're like me and you're unhappy with your life, I'm telling you right now, stop drinking. You'll start like finding puzzle pieces that you were too drunk to see before. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm I didn't even know anything was wrong. I didn't even know I was taking depressants. I was just like, I'm just rewarding myself, man. I've always done this since I was 14. And yeah, the clarity I have now is just fucking unbelievable. And I'm happier. I'm genuinely happier. And my life isn't like crazy amazing. Like, I'm not like crazy rich now. Nothing really changed other than my perspective. But I couldn't get the perspective shift if I'm drinking all the time. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it alters your state. It alters you. And yes, when I drink, dude, I am so much fun. Like, I am not, I used to get sad a couple times, but I've never been like an angry drunk. I've always been like the type of dude that's like, let's go to another bar. Let's freestyle. Let's fucking, I'd be standing on tables. I'd be like buying people drinks. I was a fun drunk. I still am a fun drunk. But sometimes fun should not be your priority. If you're in the season of life that I'm in, you definitely shouldn't be prioritizing fun. You should be prioritizing building long-term growth, like growing something long-term that will help you and your family and your girl, your woman, your wife, your parents, your family, anything. Working on contributing something to the world. You can't do that if you're drunk. You can't do that if you're fucked up or on coke or you're also spending your money on shit that is destructive. It's like it's destructive. And if you're like me, you need to be working on something constructive. And I promise you, you're thinking like, oh my God, my life is gonna be so boring and shit. Like, okay, yeah, I can admit my life, like, compared to like the shit I was doing on Friday nights like 4 or 5 years ago, it's like boring, I guess, compared to like jumping on top of tables and buying people shots and shit. But like, the most successful people in the world mastered being boring over and over and over and over and over again until they built something with all that boring shit they were doing for years and years. Well, now they're living life on fucking easy mode, and they not only can they drink now, but they can drink fucking Ace of Spades in the VIP section and not even worry about it, because they took the time to shift their focus from fun to something boring. And yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. And yeah, I just wanted to clarify that too, that I never, like, I don't want people out here thinking that I'm like claiming I was in like rehab or whatever. I was just kind of floating by in life, you know. I'd do a little drugs here, take a little drink here, just like every week, just a little bit. And now that I'm not doing that, I realized, like, holy shit, okay, I need to be building. And it's a really good feeling. I feel like more of an adult than I did 3 or 4 years ago. But yeah, if you're watching this and you're sad about your life, I'm telling you, just stop drinking. Stop drinking right now. Altogether. Don't wean yourself off. Just stop drinking. If you're like an alcoholic and you're really, really bad off, this isn't the video for you. But I'm saying, if you're like me, just regular drinker, you know, social drinker, just stop. Just stop and see what it does. And comment down below if you've ever had any issues with something like this, because I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not. But yeah, I'm about to go back in this warehouse back here. I'm on lunch again in my car. I think I got like 15 more minutes. But yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Peace.